The Blitz, high school football from the field to your screen. Sponsored by Mocse Credit Union and KW Recovery Lab.
Welcome to The Blitz. I'm Frankie Tovar.
I'm Angelina Martin.
That's right. Angie's here for her 4th appearance at The Blitz. That's a record for guest appearances on this show.
It is my 4th, and I don't think I'm a guest anymore. I think I need a polo of my own.
You're a full-fledged host. That is true, but we'll have to wait till next season. This shirt will have to do for this episode. And this episode is a special one. Denair versus Gustine in the second round or semifinal of the D7 bracket for the Sac Joaquin section playoffs. And Denair, they won. And they didn't just win, they beat down Gustine 39-18.
Oh yeah, Gustine fought hard, well-fought battle from the Reds, but it was not enough to stop that Coyote offense who amassed 422 yards last night.
That's quite a bit, mostly on the ground. Gustine on the flip side, 233 yards of total offense. And an important note, this is the second matchup between these two teams this season. They met back in the last week of September in league play, I believe, and the Coyotes. They also won 49-14, so history kind of repeated itself. And if you want to see that newfound history, we'll check it out right now on the Friday Night Highlights. A fast start to this one. Denair with a quick snap, and that's Dylan De Silva with a 2-yard gain. Very next play, it looks like the same call, but instead, the Coyotes are hitting the edge with Hunter Musgrave. He sees daylight and a 69-yard touchdown ahead of him. Good luck catching that kid. Denair, they're up 7-0, less than 4 minutes into the game.
And the Coyotes looking to score on their very next possession. Give the ball to Drew Pritchard. He gets a 15-yard gain up the middle. On the very next play, they're handing it off to who? Hunter Musgrave. And it looks like he's going to run for a 22-yard touchdown right here through some Reds defenders into that purple end zone. But nope, holding call. It gets called back. That's followed by a strong goal line stand from Gustine, but they can't keep Denair out for long. Hunter with the ball again, looking to score, but the ball is stripped. It falls out, and there's Zachary Cherry. He picks it up. He's pulled into the end zone. Great awareness by number 70. Let's rewind that, though.
Rewind.
Because that's the play of the game, Zachary Cherry.
Great awareness, great teamwork.
I think that might be his first touchdown.
I believe it is. 14-0, huh? Pretty good.
I'd say that's very good.
The Reds are far from dead, however. Here's the workhorse Brandon Garbrandt breaking through a wall of Coyotes for a 29-yard pickup. He's down at Denair's 25, and Garbrandt gets the call again, but it's stopped for a loss by Stephen Winston, and it leads to a 27-yard field goal from John Mora to make it 14-3 Denair with a little over 5 minutes left in the half.
And if you know Denair, you know they're looking to answer back right here, and they're going to do so with a double dose of Winston. He gets a 5-yard pickup on this carry, and then a couple plays later, they hand it to him again. He rushes on the outside for a 10-yard touchdown. It's 21-3 going into the half.
Now we're jumping to the end of the third quarter to a 10-play drive from Denair, and here's DDS with a 17-yard run, setting up Musgrave for what looks like another touchdown run, this one from 8 yards out, but there's a flag on the play, so this Superman dive is null. And instead, Musgrave has to settle for a 20-yard score on the very next play to extend Denair's lead 27-3.
And Gustine getting desperate on their next possession with a double pass from quarterback Jonathan Martin to Hector Escobar to Alfonso Escobar, and that's a huge 30-yard gain, and it sets up a 1-yard touchdown from George Mesa. And the Reds still trail 27-10.
Gustine trying to climb back, so they go for an onside kick. Oh, but they touch the ball before it reaches 10 yards, giving Denair great field position. And what do they do with it? Well, they score, of course. Here's Drew Pritchard with a 49-yard touchdown run. He makes 2 defenders miss in the open field, and just like that, Denair's lead is now 33-10. They are killing it.
And the desperation continues for Gustine, but this trick play doesn't go so well. It's a fumble, and Ulysses Corrales is there to pick it up. That's going to set up back-to-back passes from Silva. The first one, a 17-yard gain to Will Knox, and he's going to take that down to the 1-yard line. Then, Silva again, rolling to his right. He finds who? Scott Badal. It's 39-10 Coyotes with 6 minutes left.
Gustine still fighting for pride though. Garbrandt gets the ball and hits the far side of the field for a 16-yard pickup. He's dragging defenders like Earl Campbell before running to the near side on the very next play for an 11-yard pickup, setting himself up for a 4-yard touchdown plunge to make it 39-18 after a 2-point conversion. Well, that's going to do it. The Coyotes win, and they're off to the section championship with a victory formation. Oh yeah.
On 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, as usual, another fun highlight section. Thanks for lending us your voice, Angie.
I try my best.
Yeah, we all try our best, myself included. I hope you guys enjoy it. But before we talk more about this Denair versus Gustine matchup, let's recognize our sponsors, Mocse Credit Union and KW Recovery Lab. Pop quiz, Angelina. Where's the one place I need to go when I need a loan?
Well, Frankie, the one place that you need to go and the rest of Turlock is Mocse Credit Union. Whether you need a home loan, an auto loan, or a toy loan, they've got you covered, so go visit their friendly staff on Gear Road. Mocse Credit Union for all of your lending needs. You know, Frankie, I woke up the other morning and did rigorous exercise as I do every morning because I'm super healthy, and I pulled a hammy. Where can I go to get that taken care of?
You need to go to KW Recovery Lab here in Turlock, but not just after you get injured. You need to do it beforehand. Injury prevention to get ahead of the game. There's cryotherapy. There's Normatec Recovery Lounge. There's ice baths. There's massages. There's so much more. And if you're a player, come in, get one session, get the second one half off. So recover as hard as you train with KW Recovery Lab.
So Denair's offense, we already talked about how many yards they picked up last night, but those were all picked up by a lot of different individuals. It was a team effort. But one guy that really stood out, that was Stephen Winston. He finished the night with 14 carries, 71 yards, and 1 touchdown, and he even had an interception on defense. Look at him go.
Yeah, great performance. On Gustine's side, there was one guy in particular who really was the workhorse for the entire game, and that was Garbez. He had 27 carries for 148 yards and 1 touchdown. But when we flip back to the winning team, there's also just one player that stands out. Hunter Musgrave, he killed it. 11 carries, 134 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And what do you think is going to happen next?
He might just be named the KW Recovery Lab Impact Player of the Game.
Hey, what do you know? Angie's right. He is.
Oh, honestly, it's pretty crazy. Like, we've worked so hard over the past couple of years. Honestly, we always knew this team was special ever since our JV year. And honestly, even last year when we didn't do so well, we knew we'd have a future. So it means a lot because we put in so much work. This time we came out faster because last time it was 14-7 at half. So we came out and we threw the first punches. I knew Coach Armas would lead us here eventually because, or really fast actually, because we have a really good program here and we've done it before. So individually, I just want to get a good team win. That's my goal, is to set up my team the best I can. The system we run's a completely team-based. So shout out to everyone on my team. Everyone, is the reason I can do what I do, and our team does what we do. Shout out to KW Recovery Lab. I'm going to be taking my alignment, Zach Cherry.
Congrats, Hunter. Thanks to your effort and the rest of your team. Denair, they're now 10-1, and they have snapped a 5-game playoff losing streak with last night's victory.
That's a long streak.
That is a long streak.
This is the first time they're in the section championship since what, 2006?
Since 2006. They lost that one. They also went in 1998. They lost that one too.
That last one as well.
So they're looking for their first win in a section title game.
And they'll be taking on Golden Sierra of the Sierra Delta League, and this team is no joke. They're 7-4. They've been to a D5 final in 2013 and a D3 final in 1994, and they also lost both of those. So both teams looking for a section championship win, a blue banner to make history in their schools. We'll see what happens when they face each other on Saturday. We'll be at that game, of course, but we'll also be at another game next week, or at least I will. Eddie probably will be as well. Angelina, I'm not quite sure. Maybe she will.
Go.
And that game is going to be a slobber knocker. Hilmar versus Escalon in the semifinal matchup of the D6 bracket. This is going to be an insane matchup. They met once before this season. We covered that game. It ended in overtime by 1 field goal. They faced each other last year, right? In the same matchup?
Yeah, Frank Marquez, head coach of Hilmar, he's ready for it. He said it's going to be a knockout match.
A knockout match? Is that a quote?
Yeah.
Well, if Frank said it, I believe it. And that means you guys can't miss this matchup. We're going to have the full episode sometime Saturday, maybe Sunday. It really depends on our schedule.
Whenever.
With the Denair final again. And of course, you can find that at turlockjournal.com. All the episodes, all the other past episodes as well. And for updates like where Denair and Golden Sierra will be playing, check our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Turlock Journal. So until next week, I'm Frankie Tovar.
I'm Angelina Martin.
Good night.